What up? What it do? I'm live from the booth of the Solid World podcast. I'm your gracious and often hated host, Saleik Von Trail. This is episode 9. This podcast is brought to you by Solid World Entertainment and Courtesy Transportation, the best transportation service in the ENC. Special guest with us today. I got my man, basketball guru, you know, one of the best trainers in North Carolina, best coaches in North Carolina, man. Let's give it up for Keith McLawhorn. How you doing, man?
What's up, man?
First of all, I just wanted to say thank you, man, for coming out here on the show, taking the time out of your day. I know you're busy.
For sure.
Every day. What you been, training all day?
Training all day, man. My day started 7 this morning.
Wow, that's dope.
Yeah.
I remember those days when I used to work out with you and all the other guys early in the morning, late at night sometimes. I think my first time working out with you, I threw up. You remember that?
You did. I remember like it was yesterday. Yeah, you threw up.
I remember you told me, because I was playing at South Greenville before you was like, man, you can't come out here after you done played a few games and think it's just going to be sweet.
Right. Well, look, yeah, I was just trying to get you to that next level, man. That's all, man.
Yes, sir. No, it definitely worked, man. I know one of the things that you always said that really stuck with me throughout my basketball career was outwork.
Yeah.
You know, the first, that's one of the main things that anybody ever told me, and that just stuck with me throughout my career. Whenever I was feeling like I couldn't go no more, or I was feeling like lazy or, you know, letting guys work harder than me, I'd tell myself, all right, come on, outwork. You know, you better than this. You can go harder than this. Just go harder than the next guy.
Yeah, that's the motto, man. You know, when I went to college, you know, I everybody's in college good, you know, and it was on me as the older guy to tell the younger guys, like, look, this is what you want. You want to play to the next level. You have to outwork the person beside you. And
right.
And that motto was just, you know, the motto I stuck with the training. That's
dope, man. So actually, let's get into that. How long have you been training?
Oh, wow. I started training in 2001.
Wow, so yep. 20 years, huh?
20 years, man. I started with my brother, Johnny McLawhorn, and just fell in love with it, man. Just, you know, seeing the growth and the development with him, and just seeing the things that he was doing that I was teaching him, man. It just stuck with it.
That's dope, and that's one of the main things I wanted to really harp on this episode is just the love for the game.
Right.
You know, to do what you do, you got to have an extreme love for the game. I know for me, when I stopped playing after college and I chose to not play overseas, it was because I really had lost the love for the game. I was happy that I wasn't like playing no more, really.
Right. And
that ain't last long. After a few months went by, I missed it.
Right.
Missed it bad, man. That's why man, playing in your league helped me out so much. I was stressed out before then. I said, you know what, one day I'm gonna try to play in the league and see how that go. I hadn't played, man, in like 5 months before that first game. I hadn't played in 5. You know what? I brought my trophy with me.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
I've been bragging about this.
Okay, like I got you. Oh, look at that. Yo.
Let me set it up right. I treat this like the NBA championship.
That's
man.
tough. That's tough.
Let me set the vibe for the episode.
That's tough.
Just won the Dungeon League. Felt great, man. Appreciate you again for this.
All the time.
We starting up again next weekend.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We're starting it back up. And you know the motto to this belt is basically you guys got to come back and defend the title.
Right.
You got to put your belts back online. So good luck.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Good luck.
You got a lot of things going on with the Dungeon, man. You having leagues and you be having camps and stuff like that.
Right.
What made you? Wait, how long have you had the Dungeon now? It's been 5, 6 years.
Well, when I left Detroit, 2011, you know, I came back home, and it was a thing that you know, I was up there. A lot of people don't know this. I was up there training at a pro facility, you know, making good money, but it was just like I was leaving something back home, and I felt like I need to give more of my knowledge to the people, the kids in Greenville. So I just started, you know, looking for gyms, looking for basketball courts, and I just stumbled across the Dungeon, and I've been there ever since.
Yeah, it's dope. I know you got big dreams for it. I love it myself, man. The atmosphere and everything. I know last summer was a big summer for the Dungeon. Everybody was coming up in there.
It was, man. We had Montreal Herald. We had some Chris Clemens came stop through there, play open run. We had a lot of college players, a lot of elite high school players.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a great environment.
Yeah, man, I remember the one time I went out there, the high school guys about ran me out the gym.
Oh yeah. It's tough, man. It's tough. And I wanted to, a lot of kids, man, when they play, they missing something. You know, they're missing that grit. That being aggressive. So the dungeon brings that.
That's true.
It brings that grit and that that you need, and a lot of kids missing it. So
yeah.
when you come there and play in the summertime, you gotta bring your
Oh
game.
man,
Yep.
man, a lot of guys wouldn't last in the summertime. Just working out in there or playing in there, it's different.
It's different, man. It's different. A lot of guys throw up and
Yeah.
like that. And it's different, man. But at the end of the day, that's what basketball is about. It's about handling adversity and getting through that adversity. And that's what really makes you a player. I'm pretty sure when you went to college, everything wasn't like it was in high school.
No.
High school was easy,
Man,
College, it was like, you got to work. And you had to go through a lot of adversity,
Yeah.
Even the story you were telling me about, when you first got to the 4-year school, you went through a little adversity, but you overcome it. So that's what the dungeon's about, man. It's about these kids getting in the gym, getting through the adversity, handling the adversity, and become a better basketball player.
absolutely right. So when it comes to training, what's your main age group?
I trained from first grade. Right, my youngest is 3 years old.
Wow.
Yep. A lot of trainers don't want to start that young. A lot of trainers want to start while kids, develop. I started 3 years old and all the way to the professional level.
Oh man, that's amazing.
Yep.
Let me ask you this: so, when it comes to preparing guys for the next level, whichever level that may be, what's the main things you try to instill in them?
The mental part, a lot of guys, they're not prepared mentally for the next level. And what I mean by that, a lot of kids in this area get trapped in the bubble. You know what I mean? Because they played with their friends for so long. They played with the guys they played with so long, and they get trapped in this bubble. So mentally, I prepare these guys for the next level, and I think that's very, very important for the development.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. I tell the younger guys that I know all the time, you're good here, against the guys that you're playing with here, but once you get to the next level, it's gonna be a total different story.
I think it's like, when I went to school, I stepped on faith. I went to California. I didn't go to Raleigh or Charlotte or Fayetteville. I went to Cali. So I think a lot of kids get trapped in the bubble, and a lot of people be hyping them up and putting them on the pedestal that they're really not on right now, because they ain't experienced, all of North Carolina.
Right.
So I think that a lot of kids get trapped in that, and when they get outside that bubble, they can't handle that. They can't handle the competition, So me as a trainer, I got to keep it real with them. Yeah. That's the first thing I tell kids. I'm going to be real. Like, there's somebody there better than you, know. So that's what I kind of, install in my training, the realness.
Right, and kids need somebody like that that's training them, honestly.
Right.
You just gotta, that's all about preparing them for the next level. I know when I went to my JUCO, almost every guy was more talented than me offensively.
Right.
And I had to find ways to get on the court, and crazy thing is the only way I was on the court is me playing defense.
Yeah.
All those guys was offensive minded, and I just said, you know what? I asked my coach, went to my coach's office. I said, man, what I got to do to get on the court? He said, somebody on the team got to play defense.
Right.
So I did that, and I ended up starting it. Everybody looking at me like, man, how this guy starting? He ain't better than me.
See, that's the thing. A lot of kids, they in high school, they scored. But when you go to college, you got to understand that sophomore is the scorer.
That's right.
You know what I mean? So you got to find another way to stay on the floor or play. And I think a lot of kids get trapped in that. They don't know how to rebound. They don't know how to play defense. Or they don't know how to pass the ball. So I think that that's what you see happen with a lot of young kids that going from high school to college.
Right. And do you think that, how do you feel about kids, I would say, transferring to the bigger schools? Do you think a lot of kids should transfer to the bigger schools once they reach like that 11th, 12th grade age to kind of prepare themselves better?
As far as high school?
As far as high school, yeah.
Well, it's tricky because, I'm just speaking as a basketball player. I want to go to a school where that's not winning. You know what I mean? I want to go to a school that's that I can help. And I think a lot of kids, what they do is they go to a winning program because that program got momentum. But in all reality, is that program really preparing them for the next level? Right. So, me personally, man, I think a lot of kids just, even you sit in the NBA, you stacking all the teams up, 3-4 players playing on the same team. But when Michael Jordan and Magic Johnson, when they got new guys playing, you never saw that. and that's when the league was really good. So I think now it's like everything's getting watered down. It's not. If you see Pitt County basketball, I think it's all gonna be one sided.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's
it's not
true.
the other teams are not gonna be good. It's gonna be one sided. So I think that's what's happening with basketball in this area.
You're right about that. And speaking about Pitt County basketball, you're coaching at North Pitt now, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Y'all had a pretty good season, right?
We did. We finished second in the conference. We tied with Southwest Edgecombe. Last year we finished last in the conference. I think we won one game in the conference.
Wow.
So we did last. So it was a great progress on our end, and we kind of turned the program around in about 7 months.
Man, that's amazing.
Yeah.
How do you go about that, coming from being the last team in the conference to improving into a total turnaround the next year?
Well, you got to change the culture. I came from Wayne Country Day. I went to a private school and coached, and we went to the state championship game that year. And I think when we got there, me and Coach Greg got there, we had to let the kids know that they can win. What I mean? That's the first thing. When kids lose so much, they feel like they can't win. So we done started in our guys that we can win. And it started in the summertime. Football field, running the track, and doing a lot of things outside of the basketball court, building team camaraderie and chemistry. So we just installed that winning culture there, and just carry on to the season.
Yeah, that's really what that makes a lot of sense. That's what you got to do. I know for me, I went to my 11th grade year. I went to a private school, Florida McDonald.
Mm-hmm. I remember that.
Yeah.
yeah.
So and it was a crazy experience. We was on a what you call it now, a world schedule. I can't think of the name of it now. National schedule. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And man, when I tell you, getting blowed up by almost every single team.
Yeah, it's real.
Playing against Oak Hill and the Mount Verdes and all them. It was a great experience for me, but it like mentally it kind of drains you, because you're like, man, I came here and I'm not winning no games.
Yep.
And I think a lot of kids go through that, where, because I know a few guys even at college, they're so used to losing games, and now it's like it's hard to improve their game because that's all they can think about is losing it. Like they no longer have the winner's mentality, and I know that's hard to maneuver for a lot of guys.
Right. I think so too. I mean, it depends on what type of player you are.
Right.
I could use Michael Jordan. He was getting beat by Detroit Pistons every playoff.
Yeah.
But he had to do something to change his workout regimen in the summertime, and he did that. And when he did that, it shifts far as the Bulls winning, and they won, of course, 3 straight. They ended up winning 6. I think when you hit a roadblock like that, you got to find something different that you got to do to make yourself or make your team better. So, but a lot of kids don't know how to handle that. They lose, and they're ready to transfer.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And like it's tough. But I mean, at the end of the day, it depends on what type of player you are. And if because one thing about success, you got to get hit with a roadblock. You got to get hit with failure.
Right.
You know what I mean. And I think a lot of kids, when they get hit with failure, they give up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's what I think about basketball today.
Yeah, I definitely been there myself. Just like the story I was telling you before we started, my junior year at Delaware State, I was ready I had my mind set that I was going to transfer up until the coaching situation happened. My coach got fired. I knew for a fact I'm going to transfer down to a D2, try to go to a CIAA school or something. I had my mind set up. But, as soon as, we got a new coach in, he came in, talked to me, changed my perspective on things. I changed my mindset on things. Now I'm working extremely harder than I've ever worked before, and I had a great senior season. So I think the more of that story is don't get down on yourself, and don't get down on yourself, and things can always turn around if you got the right mindset.
Yeah, I could tell you this story. A lot of people don't know, about my past, and going to JUCO and getting offers, and because I don't get into that. But when I went to JUCO, I could have went overseas. 2001, actually, I was about to sign a contract to go to Spain. A lot of people don't know this is true story. This is live on your show. So what happened was I was going to Spain to play pro ball, because I said, you know what, I can't do school no more. I'm done. I'm just gonna go and get this money and boom. And of course 9/11 happened. They won't let anybody out the country. So I was hurt. I was depressed. I was stressed out. But the end of the day, God had another vision for me.
That's
so
right.
That wasn't my calling.
That's right.
Like, that playing pro ball wasn't my calling. My calling was doing what I'm doing now because I'm touching more people. You know, because if I went to Spain, I probably wouldn't have came back to Greenville.
Yeah.
So you never saw the dungeon, you never heard of the dungeon. So, but it's just true story. Like, I had a contract, everything laid out. I was gonna go get that money, and then 9/11 happened, and of course I didn't go.
Man, that's crazy.
Yep, true story. And this is live on your show. Nobody but my family know about that story.
Wow, and I can't even blame you. I know me coming from this area, and a lot of other guys that we know probably would have did the same thing if they had a chance.
Yeah.
Just because when they came to school, man, we was only in school for basketball.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
So it's a true story. Let me ask you this: when it comes to training, what do you think is the hardest part about training kids? Maybe I say middle school, high school, the young kids.
The hardest part is they already got bad habits. You know what I mean? Kids, I don't knock anybody for training. Everybody out here training. There's a lot of trainers now.
Oh yeah.
Wherever you go, it's trainers. But at the end of the day, a lot of people is not preparing these kids for the to build a foundation of fundamentals. Like for instance, my son. My son's been training ever since he was 3 years old. So he got the fundamentals. He got the jump shot. He got the ball handle. He can shoot left hand. He can shoot right. And I think a lot of kids is missing steps. So it's hard for me to get a middle school kid and trying to convince that parent, because it's the parents you got to convince that this kid need to work on this. All right, why this kid working on a step back? He can't even shoot. So you take him far away from the goal, but he can't even shoot a regular jump shot. So these things right here is difficult as a trainer. That's why I like to get the kids young to build that foundation. And once I build that foundation, then everything else can pile on.
I totally agree with that, because I look at kids now that might be in high school, and the things they work on, there be a lot of stuff that they won't even use in the game, especially at the college level.
Yep.
A bunch of dribble moves, you don't need that at the college level. Honestly, you might get taken out of the game if you do certain things.
Right.
And I just feel like that's a problem. That's my personal opinion. I feel like that's a problem.
You gotta. I mean, how many times a kid gonna reach in their bag? Like that, we had a conversation about that the other day. Me and a college coach in California. Really, how many times a kid gonna reach in their bag? Maybe one time out the whole game.
Yeah,
right?
That's true.
So a lot of kids doing moves, and they're doing training moves and doing all these moves they're not even gonna use
at all.
You know what I mean? So why not work on repetition, shooting? A lot of kids can't shoot. A lot of kids can't come off ball screens. A lot of kids can't come off like pin down screens. A lot of kids don't know how to do that because a lot of people out here teaching these kids these combo moves, but in reality, they're not going to use those moves. Yep. You know what I mean? So, in the end of the day, you're going to use a move. If a defense come at me, it's a reaction.
Right.
It's not where it's Hollywood. I know what I'm going to do. No, it's a reaction. And I think a lot of people are teaching kids all these moves, and it's not what I call it, activity without achievement. What I call it.
I like that.
Activity without achievement, because it's not going to work. They thinking too much, and that's why if you go see basketball, youth basketball, you're not going to see kids shoot the ball well. You're not going to see kids make a jab step. You're not going to see a kid make a ball fake because they're not getting the fundamentals first.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So these are problems we have in this area right here.
I definitely agree. I feel like I know I got a little brother. He's a freshman at JUCO. And he'll call me almost every day, and I'm in the gym, bro. I'm doing this, I'm doing that. I'm like, bro, you don't do that in the game.
Right.
That's not your role. The coach don't want you doing that. So during the season, I feel like you should just work on what you're gonna do in the game.
That's right.
Perfect that. Even if you're good at it, keep doing it. Yep. And then in the off season, work on the other things. I think I seen Dane Lillard do an interview the other day, and he was saying how his hometown friends would just tell him like, man, you played the exact same game you played when you were still here in middle school and high school. Right. And he was just like, yo, I told them that it is the exact same game. I just work on what I'm already good at, and I keep working at it.
That's fundamentals. He built the fundamentals will allow him to be a professional basketball player. Exactly. And I think that's what we're missing. We're missing kids that's not learning the fundamentals, not learning the right things. Like I said, a lot of kids in this area cannot shoot the ball. I mean, you can shoot, but you worked on it, but a lot of kids can't shoot. It's what it is. It's, a lot of kids handling the ball. They dribble too much. They over dribble. A lot of kids don't know how to move without the ball.
Yeah, and that's the main thing right there, moving without the ball.
Right.
Because I know from my personal experience in college, I got most of my points just moving off the ball.
Right.
Making guys come set off ball screens for me.
Right.
You look at Steph Curry, Klay Thompson.
Right.
that's why the Warriors offense works so good, because all of them just constantly moving without the ball.
Right.
It ain't too much.
Let me ask you this question: when do you learn that though? When do you learn how to move without the ball? Think about this question: when do you learn that?
Man, it took me a while to learn. Well, I learned it from the guys that I was around, that I grew up under. You know, like Moot.
Right.
He was the first one who showed me how to score without the ball, just moving without the ball. But I didn't really grasp it until I realized I can't score while I'm trying to do this one-on-one stuff in college. So now I got to find other ways to score.
Right. And I think right now kids are not playing with older guys that teach them how to move the ball. Like when you guys were coming up, you had Deuce, you had Tony, you had all these guys that maybe tell you guys, all right, don't stand still, move. Exactly. Kids don't play no more. They don't play pickup no more. So now it's all about Instagram. It's all about training. It's all about don't get me wrong, I'm a trainer, but at the end of the day, you got to play the game to develop. Yeah. The training is just the icing on the cake, but you got to play. And a lot of kids not playing against older guys. It's what it is.
That's true. That's very true. Because I grew up playing against you guys and all the other guys, and it tremendously helped my game.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I was telling somebody the other day how you just brought up Tony. He was one of the main guys who changed my game around, because the things that he had me working on, and it was all game time, situational stuff. And even after that 1 hour of hard work, he would force me to go play pickup, and he'll play with me. And it just instilled things in my head, like, all right, he dribbling towards me, he about to hand it off. Or, he looking at me, just be ready to shoot, stuff like that. Yeah. So all that little stuff, man, it definitely helps you. But playing, like you said, it's the main thing. Man.
And I think that, don't get me wrong, I'm a trainer, but I think we are using, and when I say we, because I run my program totally different, right? But I think trainers that's using that position too powerful. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, a kid got to play. They got to play.
Now let me ask you this. This is one of my personal problems with workouts these days. Me personally, I never felt like I could get much repetition when I worked out in groups, and I see a lot of just like groups of 5, 6, 7 people working out at a time these days.
Right.
What you think about it? Like, because I always felt like, man, I can get a lot more. I can gain a lot more if I just work out, but by myself, or maybe with one other person. But when I'm with a group, I feel like I can't get as many reps in as I need to, and stuff like that.
I mean, it depends on how the workout going. With me, if I got 5 players, if you wanted to shoot, you probably can get 400 shots up with those 5 guys. The way we're gonna do the drill, the way we constantly moving, gain speed. It depends on what type of workouts you have, and some guys like to stand still and work out 5 guys. Like me, I'm all over the place. We transition, we pushing it up. We doing game type of stuff. So it depends on what type of workouts you get. And I think what you're saying now is more dribbling.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Right, you're saying that. So you're not seeing a lot of reps, a lot of floaters, a lot of shots. So I think it depends on what type of workouts you're doing.
I got you. That makes a lot of sense. How many NBA guys have you worked out?
Oh wow. Probably about 7.
7?
Yeah, probably about 7.
Can you name a couple?
Well, everybody know not Brandy. Reggie Bullock.
Of course.
He's one of them. Brandon Knight, Detroit.
Oh, in Detroit?
Yeah, I see. That's the thing. I used to work in Detroit, so I seen a lot of Tayshaun Prince, Chauncey Billups. I seen a lot of those guys, and they work out in the facility that I worked out in. So I'm working with these guys. You know what I'm saying? So, but I don't. I'm not the type of person that name drops.
Right.
But these are guys I seen personally work out. And that's why I bring a lot of professional drills into my to my training, because I've been around the environment. But Reggie Bullock is right now here is probably I think the NBA player I worked out the most, like the whole summer. And of course he went from the Clippers to the Phoenix Suns. He won't get no playing time. Then he went and got traded to Detroit. That's when I got him in 2015. So I got him the whole summer. And just working on, a lot of things. And, of course, he ended up starting for Detroit and having a great career.
I can imagine he goes super hard, too, don't he?
He goes, well, Reggie?
Yeah.
At first, and if Reggie hear this, and he know I ain't lying, at first he wasn't.
Really?
At first. No, Curtis Hines was going super hard.
Yeah, but that's my guy.
Curtis Hines, though. Curtis Hines had another, and that's one of the trainers I respect a lot. Curtis Hines had a motor that I never seen a pro guy have because he wanted to get to that level.
Right.
You know, he went to the G League, but he wanted to get to that level, so he would do 3 workouts a day.
Yeah, I remember.
3 workouts a day, man. You did one workout with him.
Yeah.
Yep. 3 workouts a day, man. I think he pushed Reggie to work out harder because the first workout I had with Reggie, it didn't pan out too good.
Wow.
Yeah, he threw up. Hey, Reggie, you hear this, Reggie? True story, bro. True story.
Wow, that's amazing, man. That's dope. So, like I said, working out in the dungeon, man, is different.
It's different. It's just uncomfortable. You know, you're gonna be uncomfortable, and that's basketball. Basketball,
right.
You're gonna be uncomfortable.
Right.
It's how you be uncomfortable and still perform on another level.
Exactly. You got to be comfortable with being uncomfortable.
There you go. Yeah.
You know, it's funny that you say that because I learned that the hard way, man. Like I told you, I had a good senior year, but man, when it first started, it was going great.
Right.
You know, we playing against all the top D1s, and I'm averaging 18, 19 points. Coming home to ECU, I had like 22, 23 against them.
Right.
You know, Grand Canyon. I'm killing all the top schools. I got comfortable though.
Yeah.
I stopped, you know, getting shots up after the game. I stopped being the first one to practice.
Right.
Man, next thing you know, I go in the worst slump of my life. My average went from like 19 to 12, 13 points.
I'm gonna ask you this right here, and I ask all my guys, pro, college, if you had to choose an animal, all right, a wolf or a lion, which one you choose, and why?
The lion, because he's the king of the jungle, right?
That's what most people say. All right, but I'm gonna ask you this right here: have you ever seen a wolf at a circus?
No.
You seen a lion at a circus, right?
Yeah.
So they breed different, they hunt different. You know what I'm saying? So when a wolf hunt their food, they don't stop, they don't get tired. When a lion do, they stop.
You're right.
They get comfortable. They keep. So what the whole moral story is, like, if you had that wolf mindset, you always work. You always work because it's always a level you're trying to get to. You see what I'm saying? You would not stop working, even as a trainer. You know, I tell people that training now, these guys is training. Y'all training in Greenville, but you're not putting enough work in. Like I had an invite to Russia to do a camp.
Oh, really?
China to do it. Yeah, I mean, before the COVID hit, we had China, Russia. I did one in California.
Wow.
This year I'm going to California and Vegas to do a camp if the COVID calmed down a little bit. But I worked. You know, I wanted to be the best trainer out. Right. So I continued to work. So I tell these guys, man, look, you got to work. You know what I mean? You got to work. So that's go with basketball players as well.
You're right. And that's a great comparison of that wolf and that lion. I like that.
Yeah, I tell people I'm a wolf. I tell my son, man, you a wolf.
I'm gonna have to steal that one.
Yeah, you wolf do. If you research a wolf, they do not stop until they get their food. Right. They hunt, and they hunt in packs. A lion hunt one, and then they stop to get tired. A wolf don't.
That's amazing. I like that.
Yep.
Let me ask you this. So when did you officially stop playing basketball? What year was this?
2001.
And you went straight into training?
I went straight into training. 2001, man, when 9/11 happened and I couldn't go overseas, the worst feeling of my life. And I was 21, 22 years old.
Wow.
Yeah, I was young. A lot of people don't know this story. I mean, and I know Cornell know it. Cornell Burney. Shout out to Cornell Burney. My college coach know, but I was a high major kid in California. I was high major. I mean, a lot of scouts that was watching me wanted me to come play on their team. So when 2001 happened, I was going overseas. I was ready to go. I was in Cali. I was ready to fly out. Boom, planes hit the building. So I stopped. My basketball career stopped right there. I didn't play no more.
Wow.
Young age, right?
You're very young.
Yeah, 20, 21, 22 years old. And I've been training since 2001.
So you didn't want to keep playing?
You know what? When I saw my brother develop, right, I saw him being better than me. Like, yo, I'm really good at this. My dad told me before he died, like, yo, this is your niche. And when I saw Lil Johnny, and a lot of people don't give him credit for what he did. He did a lot of things that nobody done as a freshman. Like
I agree with that too.
He don't get a lot of credit.
I definitely agree with that.
I'm just gonna be honest with you.
I used to hear about it. So
yeah, he averaged 25 points as a freshman in Rose, and 25, 25, 24, 23. But he didn't, get his, name jersey retired. He didn't get in the book. So
crazy.
But when I was training him, my dad saw how good I was, and like you can do this for a living. So I saw him. Johnny got invited to the Washington Wizards. made the G League team. Then he went to Australia and played. So when I started training him, I'm like, you know what? This is what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna play no more. I'm just gonna focus on training, and then I've been doing it ever since.
Man, that's all right.
Yep.
That's just having a passion for the game, really.
Yeah, passion and also God vision.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, God didn't want me to do that. God didn't want me to go to pro. A lot of people say, "Why I ain't go pro? Why I ain't go pro? Why I ain't go to NBA?" Sometimes God, steer you in another direction. Because if I went pro, mind you, the dungeon would never started.
Right.
You would never. Maybe Caleb Jones, NC State,
right.
Daron Sharp, Carolina. All these kids been on Tyler May. All these kids been on my program.
Absolutely.
So
right.
they've never have an opportunity to, get trained at a young age in my program. So now I'm touching more lives, not just myself. Yeah.
I got you, man. So as far as the dungeon, what's some future things that might happen with the dungeon?
Oh,
I know you got big goals for it.
Yeah. We got some floors coming in, wood floors.
Okay.
I got a guy that's going to do the roof. And I'm also looking for. I'm also getting a building. Hopefully, pray to God that I would get a building in Greenville that have 2 courts. So I have 3 courts.
Oh, that's gonna be huge.
Yep. So I'm praying that they'll work. I mean, I worked my butt off for it, bro. I've been grinding. I've been praying. So hopefully in the next couple months, I know. But for sure, the dungeon will get a makeover. Wood floors, no AC, ceiling fix. So it's gonna be a makeover.
Oh man, that's gonna be dope.
Yep.
You're already taking over. Now, I mean, I can't believe the one day I came out there to run court, I seen the news guy out there.
Yeah.
I said, man, what's going on out here?
It's crazy. It's a lot of people don't understand this. It's national. It's worldwide. Like, I got a Zoom meeting with a lady from Scotland Monday. I mean, it's worldwide. People know about this little small gym in Greenville, North Carolina, all over the country, in China, Australia, Africa. It's crazy, man. And I'm just blessed, man, because I put my all into it. I gave up everything to do it.
Right.
And it's another thing. A lot of trainers out here, like if you want to do something, I'm speaking to all the trainers. You got to sacrifice something. You know what I mean?
Facts.
I sacrifice my family. I sacrifice my finance. To work at the dungeon. I gave up a job to come to a job that won't pay me but $300-400 a month.
Right.
That's a sacrifice.
It's a huge sacrifice.
Yeah. So especially I'm a single dad. So I mean, when I wear the dungeon across my shirt, I'm winning with pride. I'm not just winning with you just repping the dungeon. No, this is a lot of hard blood, sweat, and tears that I'm repping, and a lot of people don't know that. So I work my tail off for it.
Hey, you deserve everything you got, and it's coming to you, man.
I appreciate it.
One of the main things I do love about the dungeon is that it's not only great guys coming through and playing. It's some great ladies in there
for sure,
that's playing, and that's the videos that go viral.
You do,
man. I remember one time for like a week straight, I just be scrolling on Twitter sometimes, and I'm seeing these videos. I'm like, hold on, that look like the dungeon. Man, that is the dungeon, and it's so many pages just talking about it, getting so many. I'm talking about thousands of retweets and likes. I'm like, this is amazing.
It's crazy because nobody won't do a girls open run.
I know
nobody won't do a girls open run. I just took it upon myself. Like, look. What really touched me when Kobe Bryant died, right? When he died, what he was trying to do with women's basketball. Yeah. So when he died, man, I felt like as a trainer, as a coach, I still got to live off his mission. Even anything I can do to help his mission, I'm going to do it, right? So when he died, you know what? I'm going to focus on girls.
Right.
And I got a couple girls up. Shout out to Jamie Cherry, Carolina. Yeah. Shout out to JB, Virginia. Shout out to all the pro girls. I got the girls up, and then, man, they started having an open run and it just went viral.
Man, when I seen the video, I couldn't believe what I was seeing, honestly.
Yeah, it was tough. Have you seen that little girl from North Pitt yet?
And that's what I was about to talk about. Yo, she's amazing.
Yeah.
From what I've seen, what I've been seeing, what I've been hearing, man, she's next up for sure.
I call her Little Mamba.
Yeah.
That's what I call her, because her mindset is different from any boy, any girl that plays basketball. She's in the gym 6 o'clock in the morning working. It's like she got that white factor. A lot of kids play because they love it, but they don't play because of the passion of it.
Right.
She has it. Like, what kid wake up 6 o'clock in the morning and go work on their game?
Yeah.
That you know. Not
many.
Right. So she's in 9th grade and she already picked up, 5, 6 D1 offers.
Man, I was about to ask you that too. Who she got offers from right now?
I know Carolina just offered her 2 weeks ago. Ole Miss, Norfolk State, A&T. Who else? Norfolk State, A&T. There's a couple more. But she got 6. She got 6.
That's tough. What did she average this year?
23 and 6 assists.
She had like a 40-point game one time.
40 points and 11 assists.
Good God, somebody.
Yeah, she's different, man. It's like seeing a UFO. You're not gonna see it in the next 20 years.
Yeah,
you're not gonna see her talent with her work ethic in the next 20 years.
I believe it.
Yeah, she's amazing. I'm proud of her because she worked. She's one of the girls. When I first got in the 4th grade, she was one of the girls that had one speed. One speed. And I told her, like, you can't play like that. You got to learn how to change your speed. You know, and once you learn how to come off the pick and roll and read and work on her footwork, man, ever since it's been history.
Man, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Speaking of the high school teams, what you think about my young boy, our young boy, Baby T?
Baby T is the best player in the state of North Carolina.
Think so?
Hands down. I said that, and I got in trouble for saying that. A lot of people,
really?
A lot of people give me flap about it. They was like, "Yo, he's." That's my opinion.
Yeah.
I think that what he brings with his talent, he brings that mindset. Like he's not going to lose.
Right.
We played him. We played him this year. You know, we almost beat him. We lost by 10 points. But the kid looked at me and said, "Coach, we're not gonna lose this game," and I believed him. and that's what I tell guys, man. His mindset is unbelievable. We need to be thankful for a kid like him.
Yeah, I agree. And it's crazy because he's always been like that, man. Since he was a little kid, about KJ age, trying to play with us.
We as a culture in this area, we need to be thankful for Deron Short,
yes,
which put a lot of attention to this area, and Baby T. Baby T he's a pro player, man, and I'm happy for him. I went to school with his dad,
right?
T Love, Terrence, and I'm just happy for him, man, because the kid loves the game.
He do, man.
He loves. Even though I don't coach him, I know that he's the best in the state of North Carolina right now.
And it's crazy. So when did you say that? A few weeks ago, ain't it?
I said it 3 weeks ago. I did.
And about 2 days ago, didn't he just get High School Player of the Year?
I told him.
In North Carolina?
Hey, yo, I ain't no prophet, but hey, sometimes you got to just listen to somebody that's been around. I told people. I told the kid is just, he can shoot, he can dribble, he can jump. But the most important thing that he has that a lot of kids don't have is that mindset.
Yeah. He know you're not going to stop him.
You're not going to.
He don't care who you is.
Yeah, he was in the dungeon playing. And the kid went for a layup. He went and got the boy shot. And so I was refereeing against him. Look, man, why you playing so hard? Coach, I don't like lose. That right there, I earn another respect for him.
Yeah.
Because even though he signed with, State, he was like, Coach, I don't want to lose.
Yeah.
A lot of kids like prima donnas, they're not even going to come play in that league.
Right.
They're scared they might get hurt. But that kid, I got an utmost respect for that kid. That kid is probably the best player I've seen since Kobe White.
Wow.
And that's in a lot. And I coached against Kobe White.
Yeah.
That's in a lot.
And Kobe White was tough.
Kobe White was tough. Put it this way. Anytime a coach got to make a game plan for one player, that means he's special. I didn't have the game plan for the whole team.
Right.
I had the game plan for one player.
And it was probably still tough to stop him on it.
Still tough to stop. We had him 15 points. Yo, shout out, Baby T. We held y'all to 15 points. But the kid's just special, man. And, he's the best player I've seen in this area in a long time. And all the people that, that was going against that, it's y'all opinion. In my opinion, I haven't seen a kid like him since Kobe.
And I absolutely agree with you myself, man. Why do you think they didn't name him an McDonald's All-American?
Probably, it's a lot of things can go into that. 2A basketball.
Yeah.
Who they playing. There's a lot of things going in there. A lot of politics going in there. To me, he's a 5-star player. He's an All-American to me. Right. But they're gonna give him more motivation.
And then that's all.
That's all you can give him, more motivation. Yeah. That's scary. So shout out to Baby T, man. You deserve everything you getting, brother. I love to see you play. I don't like to coach against you, but I love the energy he brings.
Definitely, man. And I think he's gonna do good at the next level too. A lot of people, when it comes to these guys, about to go Division I, high major at that. A lot of people from the outside looking in think that it's gonna be tough just because who he's playing against now, or he ain't got so much weight on him. No. I'm like, man, none of that stuff really matters. You know a pro when you see one.
Listen, when you put a lion with a lion, he performs. Exactly. He gonna gain weight. They gonna put weight on him
as soon as you get there.
Yeah, as soon as you get there. But you gotta understand, this kid can play, and a lot of people that's doubting him. There's probably a lot of people that's going against him. Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Oh yeah.
He got a lot of people that's and I've never been a person that hate on anybody. I'm gonna keep it real.
Yeah.
When he get to college, if he want to stay 4 years, he can. But I'm projecting him to maybe 1, 2. He gone.
Yeah.
I tell his father all the time. I'm just amazed at what he can do. The kid got unlimited range. He can shoot from the logo.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's pro stuff. A lot of kids can't shoot from the logo. And if you look at basketball in general, how many kids can shoot besides him? Give me 5 players right now that can shoot like Baby T.
I couldn't, even if I tried.
You know what I'm saying?
Even if I tried, I couldn't.
So right there, he got an advantage.
Yeah.
And he's 6'4", 6'5", he can shoot.
Right,
you know
and he play above the rim.
You know what I'm saying? He got a little wiggle to him. So
yeah.
A lot of people that, talking about him and saying he might not do this, y'all listen. Just be glad that this kid from Pitt County, that he gonna set a lot of roles, open a lot of doors for my son and a lot of kids that are gonna come behind him.
You're right.
Just what it is.
And I say the same thing about Dayron too. I give him 1 or 2 years max, and he going to the league in my opinion.
Yo, let me tell you. I trained Dayron when he was young, right?
Yeah.
I didn't know Dayron would be 6'11" for one, but Dayron was a little on the lazy side. But I'm gonna tell you when I knew he was a pro, when his talent, his work ethic started matching his talent. It wasn't just his talent; it was his work ethic that was matching it. I think when he committed to Carolina, he started to have a different work ethic.
Right.
That he like, oh, I got this. So now I need to get this. So that's the scary part about Dayron Sharp. He's going to be a pro. He's going to open up a lot of doors for this area. And I'm just happy that we got guys like that. Yeah,
definitely, man. Definitely. I'm proud of, I say it on almost every episode I have when I talk about basketball. I'm proud of all the young guys, man.
Right.
Definitely.
I mean, think about it. We did something. I think we made it cool for everybody to go JUCO.
Yeah.
Everybody was scared of JUCO. Everybody like, oh man, I want to go to a teacher school. So when me and Deuce and T-Love went to JUCO, we made it cool for everybody to go. Okay, it's okay to go to JUCO. Right. And then when you get these more offers out of JUCO, then people start like, oh, okay, you can get you want. So that's why you guys came through. Okay, now you guys took it to a level, right?
Right.
Now Dayron and Baby T is taking it to a further level. Now they're not going JUCO; they're going straight D1.
I'm telling you.
So it's working like it's working. Like we thought we were gonna work. Like every generation is helping out.
Right.
I help you guys out, our generation, and you help them out.
Right. You're absolutely right. And speaking on that, man, a lot of people are still scared to go JUCO now.
Yeah.
And the funny story is me coming out of high school. I was decent, but I didn't reach my peak until years later. But man, my senior year, I didn't have one offer. I had one look, and it was NC Wesleyan Rocky Mount. That one look, Keith.
Yo, that story sound like mine. I had no looks. Like coming from Rose High, I had no. Thank God for Cornell Burney.
Yeah,
Cornell Burney saved my life, man. I owe him everything. I tell him every day. I still call him coach. I'm a grown man.
Yeah,
I still call him coach because he saved my life. I had no offers. I don't know where I was gonna go at. He made a call to California. Went to California my first year, preseason All-American. 25 D1 offers. There's a lot of things that a lot of people know about. God. Cornell knows. If you bring Cornell to the show, he'll tell you. My first year, 25 D1 offers. D1 offers. And we went from no offers to D1 offers. But I needed that exposure. I needed that, to show my game. And I did. And I worked. So shout out to Cornell, man. Cornell saved a lot of kids' life. He's another guy that don't get a lot of credit around here.
Yeah, I agree. Great guy, man. As far as coaching basketball, football, great guy.
Yeah, he was our coach, man. We needed somebody to help us. And that's why I'm doing what I'm doing. Even with the behind the scenes stuff, like the college coaches. And another thing, kids, I don't care how good you is, college coach gonna call me. And I'm gonna tell you why they're gonna call me. They're gonna call me because they know I'm gonna keep it real. Keith, how is his kid? How's his attitude? How is his body language? How is all the stuff that college coaches need to know? They're gonna call me because I'm neutral. I'm not gonna sell the kid.
Right.
I'm gonna keep it real because my credibility it goes a long way, especially with Georgetown. Patrick Ewing, Coach Kirby's my guy. So people don't understand. That way Dayron went at first. He went to a visit to Georgetown, which I set up. And then of course he came back. He got an offer to UNC. But a lot of coaches gonna call me because they know that I'm gonna keep it real.
Right.
I'm not gonna sugarcoat it, and I'm not gonna oversell the kid. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna make sure that the kid is what the kid is.
Man, how did you go about getting all these connections with all these scouts and coaches?
Traveling the country.
Yeah.
Chicago. I mean, I've been to probably about 40 states. Real talk, training. That's nothing. Saleik, when I say I grind to be a trainer, I grind. My first 10 years, I did it for free. I traveled all over the country. Chicago, Indiana, Detroit, Cali, Texas. I've been almost every state training, and I network. I
Right.
met people, I met trainers, and I learned, you know what I'm saying? So now I built up a database of 500 coaches. I have a database of from JUCOs to D2s to D1s.
Yeah.
I built up a database. So if I got a kid that's in my program that need to go to school,
Right.
if he in D1, I can call it JUCO. And that's one unique thing about my program.
Mm-hmm.
Like I got this database where I can help my kids.
Man, that's dope.
Yep. So I mean, it's just something I love to do, man. And it's nothing like standing behind a kid by the sign of letter of intent, and you right beside him, and knowing that kid been in your program.
Yeah.
That's the best feeling in the world.
Man, that's amazing, man. We about to wrap it up, man. I definitely appreciate you again, Keith, for coming on my show, man.
For sure.
Telling your story. If any kids need training, need to be coached, need advice on basketball or anything, you can definitely reach out to my guy right here for you.
Yes, sir. Anytime, any help, I'm here. I'm in the community. I love Pitt County, and this is where I'm from. So, any of you guys need help, any advice, just reach out.
So how can they reach out to you if anybody want to go?
You can go Instagram. My Instagram is Keith_McLawhorn_dungeon. Or you can reach out, cell phone 252-548-9224. Facebook, Keith McLawhorn. Or just stop by the dungeon.
There you go.
It's 24/7. Stop by the dungeon.
There you go. Hey, again, man. Thank you, Keith.
Appreciate it.
It's been a pleasure.
Yes, sir.
It's a Solid World Podcast. Stay tuned for the next episode.